Hiya, Dr. Allison JK here. Really excited to talk with you about this. So, increasing the blessings in your life so everything gets easier, and I do mean everything, when you're focused on creating your life and working with your guidance to make choices that are inspired action steps from your guidance, from your connection. Increasing that whilst receiving a flood of new light coming in. The Sirius portal is going to be helping us with this. And it starts the day after it opens, the day after the United States is July 4th, Freedom Day, as we call it here, or I nickname it that. It's Independence Day, yeah? And so I have, how do I say this? I have leaned into this energetic coming up, and it's the annual Lionsgate event. I always do a Lionsgate event. It's a lot of you guys's, and people have been following me and with me for years, favorite event of the year. It's tied as one of my top favorite events of the year because of what all that's involved in the Lionsgate, which is from ancient Egypt. It is August 8th, and it's the peak of the Sirius portal. So the Sirius portal opens July 5th, and it's closing down a couple of weeks after 8/8, the Lionsgate. And in this Sirius portal, Sirius is our spiritual sun. I am not saying the word Sirius. I'm saying the star system Sirius. And it's known as our spiritual sun. It's the brightest star in the sky. Many of the ancients aligned their stone circles and megalithic ceremonial structures to Sirius. Our ability to hear our guidance and our ability to catapult our spiritual growth further is enhanced during the Sirius portal. But another thing it represents is it's when the Nile would flood in Egypt and harvest in abundance was the result. So it's not just about being up. It's never about just being in the spiritual. It's always about bringing it down into the material with me. Yeah? And so I have some really special things coming up in order to help you maximize and optimize these beautiful energies that are going to be coming in, and do certain processes on your system, mind, body, spirit system, subtle energy system, consciousness, as well as run loads of clearings and activations for you to help you be positioned to make the most of receiving these energies, integrating them into your system, and then transforming that with grace and ease into easier time making more choices that will get you beyond what you've been able to reach before in a much lighter, more graceful, feeling more nourished way. We're going to do a couple of special processes on your central nervous system that I don't normally do outside of when I'm in person one-on-ones, which I barely ever do anymore. I'm going to teach you a couple of tools to help keep your central nervous system more relaxed, because there are new capacities coming forward during the Sirius portal. I've just had an explosion of access to some of my own increased capacities and new capacities coming online from the retreats I just led, including the new first Sacred Divine Feminine geared retreat in Spain and then France, and I'm in the midst of planning a second one to Egypt. And so I'm going to be steeped in the Egyptian, I already am in the Egyptian energies. It's profound. So bringing forward more of your own magic, innate magic, as well as doing processes that I'm talking about on your system to connect you more with this incredible golden light that's coming in. And the light feels exquisite. So I'm going to do another special process that I don't do outside of my bigger programs on the first day. All of this is geared towards helping recalibrate your manifesting capacities and abilities, because some of what you've been doing is outdated. Some of what you've been doing isn't working, and there are certain skills and capacities that want to get upgraded. So I want to help all of you who are called to get on top of this, because we're not meant to be just, oh my God, these times are so intense. In this 20-year window of humanity's greatest evolutionary leap, aka humanity's spiritual awakening, 2012 to 2032, we're also meant to be flourishing more. These are humanity's most intense and yet auspicious times. And this portal opening on July 5th is an example of how we can grab that auspiciousness and integrate it more into our system so we're more buoyant and more empowered to create more of the lives that we want, with a sense of grace, with a sense of the sacred being the wind behind your back more than it already is. There is so much else becoming possible. You hear me say that a lot. And this is a time when it truly feels like, and I wrote this on the page talking about this 3-day challenge coming up, which I'm going to link to below. You're going to want to get in before July 5th. I'm also doing something else I never do except on retreats, in-person retreats, is I'm offering an event over the weekend. It's a 3-day event. You have 2 different levels you can choose from. The VIP, where I'll work directly listening to you and then leaning in intuitively with these Hawkeyes, my nickname, and seeing what the core blockage with what you're articulating, going beyond what you've even articulated, helping you get unstuck. You'll receive the recordings too if you're a VIP, and then there's a more basic level so that those of you who may not, just so that you can decide based on your desires, not just your budget. So I'm really excited too for the work I'm going to be doing on the central nervous system with helping it relax more. And that is one of the things if I were to observe, one of the newer aspects of manifesting that's come online more in the last year and a half or so. It's to come out of that fight or flight. It's to come out of that worry and to approach manifesting your life from a more expansive, relaxed consciousness and state of being. And so I'm excited to share that process with you guys. I'm going to link to the page and let you find out the rest yourselves. There really is, I have for decades been living this way increasingly and showing others how to do it. A way where the synchronicities that show up, that catch your consciousness's attention, are just so clearly full of sacred blessings and direct communication from the metaphysical helpers or support that are all around each of us. That acts as like a wind beneath your feet, behind your back, that uplifts. So you do feel like you're living this blessed existence and able to communicate and bring it into the physical realm, which is creating heaven on earth, and that's what we're up to. So to have this all get more fun too and easier, I want to offer this special 3-day challenge focused on recalibrating and maximizing your manifestation abilities for the new vibrational backdrop we're now moving into. I look forward to being with you all. Namaste.